Close your eyes. Turn off the lights. Take a deep breath. Now imagine. Everything I say is happening to you. Not just hearing it, living it. So last summer, I'm at this rooftop party in downtown Chicago, right? Typical Saturday night. Loud music, overpriced drinks. Everyone trying too hard to look cool. I'm with my crew when this guy Derek slides up to me during a Blackhawks highlight reel on the big screen. Dude seemed legit. Designer clothes, expensive watch, talking about his startup venture. We're both screaming at the TV when Kane scores, and suddenly we're best brothers. My friends drift off to hit on some girls, so it's just me and Derek chopping it up about business and sports. We swap numbers, follow each other on TikTok. His profile looked fire. Parties in Miami, skiing in Aspen, yacht pics. Looked like he was living that influencer lifestyle, you know? But here's the thing. Whenever you meet someone drunk at a party, you never actually hit them up the next day. It's just how it goes. But the very next night, I'm at Navy Pier with my boys celebrating my cousin Marcus's promotion. We're at this seafood joint with outdoor seating, waves crashing below us. I post a story of us toasting with drinks, and boom, 20 minutes later someone taps my shoulder. It's Derek. Big smile, acting like we planned to meet up. Says Navy Pier is his Sunday tradition or whatever. Red flag number one, but I'm buzzed and introduce him to everyone. Y'all remember Derek from last night? Even though none of them really talked to him. Derek hangs around for hours. Buys rounds, tells jokes, seems cool. Everyone's having a good time, so whatever. Week later, Derek hits me up about paintball. Now, I'm trash at paintball, but I've been wanting to get better. It's early Sunday morning. My boys are all hungover and bail on me. So it's just me and Derek heading to this outdoor course in the suburbs. We have a blast, honestly. Derek's competitive but not annoying about it. Afterwards, we grab wings and I head home. Seem like a solid dude. Then comes the Vegas invitation. Yo, I got this sick Airbnb on the Strip. 4 days, 3 nights. You in? Vegas has been on my bucket list forever. I check with work, get the time off, ask Marcus and the boys to come. They're all broke or can't get vacation days. But what about your crew? I ask Derek. He shrugs. Nah, they're all tied up. Solo mission, bro. Weird that I'd never met any of his friends, but his social media made him look popular as hell. We fly out July 20th, coming back the 23rd. Derek rents this sick Mustang convertible. We hit up In-N-Out, grab some bottles from a liquor store, and cruise to our Airbnb. It's past midnight when we roll up, and we crack open some beers on the balcony overlooking the Strip. I'm beat from traveling, ready to crash. That's when I realize there's only one bed in this place. Yo, you didn't book 2 bedrooms? I ask. Derek points to this leather sectional. Relax, man. That thing's huge. Plus, I'm covering the whole Airbnb anyway. Free Vegas trip? I can't complain about a couch. I grab some pillows and make myself comfortable. Thing was actually pretty nice. Middle of the night, I wake up to Derek walking around, getting water from the kitchen. I'm a light sleeper. Any little sound wakes me up. I roll over and go back to sleep. Next morning, Derek's shaking me awake early. Let's hit the desert, bro. We drive out to Red Rock Canyon. This place is insane. Massive red cliffs, hiking trails everywhere. We tackle this challenging trail called Calico Tanks. I'm dying halfway up, sweating bullets, while Derek's bouncing around like it's nothing. Come on, lightweight. He's laughing, taking selfies while I'm bent over gasping for air. We take a million photos. The views are incredible. 3 hours later, we're back at the car. I need food desperately. We hit this deli on the way back to Vegas, then take a nap at the Airbnb. That night, we bar hop down the Strip. Derek's putting away drinks like it's water. I'm trying to keep up, but this dude's tolerance is insane. We end up leaving the Mustang in a parking garage and taking an Uber back. I'm absolutely wasted. I plug my phone in next to the couch and pass out. Few hours later, I wake up needing to piss like crazy. Mouth feels like sandpaper. I get up and hear this creaking sound, like someone walking on old floorboards. I look around the dark room but don't see anything. In the bathroom midstream, I hear a door click shut. Has to be Derek's bedroom door. When I finish, I try his door. It's locked. I knock softly, no answer. Whatever, dude's probably passed out. Morning comes, brutal hangover. First thing I notice, my phone's in a weird spot. I left it charging on the floor by the couch, but now it's sitting on the coffee table unplugged. Why would I move it there? Must have been the alcohol. That day we skip hiking. I would have puked everywhere. Instead, we cruise around Vegas, check out the Bellagio fountains, walk through some casinos. I don't want to drink, but Derek keeps pushing. Come on, man, it's Vegas. Another night of getting absolutely destroyed. Flight's at 2 p.m. tomorrow, so at least we can sleep in. We stumble back around 2 a.m. Take the bed tonight, Derek says. Fair's fair. I don't argue. I grab my stuff and head to his room, say goodnight, close the door. Don't lock it, seemed unnecessary. Hour later I wake up. Don't know what woke me up at first. You know that feeling when a sound pulls you out of sleep but you didn't consciously hear it? I look around for my phone. It was charging right next to the bed, but now the cord's just hanging there empty. Not again. This can't be happening again. I'm searching both sides of the bed when I see Derek sprawled face down on the floor. I scream at the top of my lungs. He pops up looking confused, like he just woke up. Yo, what's wrong? What the hell are you doing in here? He's acting all disoriented. Bro, I was so blacked out I walked in here to crash, then remembered you were in the bed and just collapsed on the floor. But he was on the far side of the bed, away from the door. That makes no sense. Where's my phone? I demand. He plays dumb, then gets on his knees. Check under the bed, maybe it fell. He reaches under and immediately goes, found it, bro. Pulls it right out. I'm staring at him and I swear it's like looking at a completely different person. Who is this guy? Has he been messing with my phone both nights? I'm sleeping on the couch, I say. Nah man, I'll take the couch. I bad. He leaves and you bet I lock that door tight. I'm still drunk enough to fall asleep, but then I wake up one more time. At the foot of the bed, there's Derek's silhouette just standing there. He sits on the bed and starts touching my leg. That's when I lose it. Get the hell out. I'm pushing him off the bed, shoving him toward the door. He doesn't say a word. Just sits on the couch staring at me like some creepy robot while I pack everything as fast as possible. I call an Uber to the airport. Not staying another second. Derek doesn't try to stop me. Just watches me leave with those dead eyes. I get to the airport as the sun's coming up. Can't sleep, mind racing. I pay extra to change my seat so I won't be next to him on the plane. Later that day I tell my boys everything. Marcus goes, told you that dude was sketchy. Both times we saw him, he was alone. That's when it hits me, he probably saw my Navy Pier story and showed up there on purpose. Straight stalker behavior. I block his number and socials. But first I check one of his old posts with friends in it. Nobody's tagged, but there's a comment from a guy who looks like he's in the photo. I DM him, you still friends with Derek? 10 minutes later, hell no, dude's a psycho. Run. Turns out Derek had a whole group of guys who all had to cut him off. Similar weird experiences. The guy wasn't surprised at all about Vegas. Dude should be locked up, he said. I thought Derek was just some normal guy looking for a friend. Turns out he was a dangerous predator. I still wonder what he was trying to do with my phone. This went down last July when I was home from college in Delaware. My name's Alex, and I'd been planning this beach trip with my best friends since high school, Connor and Mike. We all go to different schools now, so getting together is rare. We decided on Rehoboth Beach for the weekend. Connor's uncle has this rental property there. Nothing fancy, just a 2-bedroom place a few blocks from the ocean. Perfect for 3 guys who just want to chill, party, and catch up. Friday afternoon we drive down. It's blazing hot mid-90s with that thick humidity that makes your clothes stick to your skin. The boardwalk smells like funnel cake and suntan lotion. Beach is packed. Families everywhere, kids screaming, lifeguards whistling constantly. Normal summer beach day, you know? We hit the boardwalk, play some skee ball, eat pizza, watch people. Later we grill burgers at the house, drink some beers, play beer pong until we're pretty wasted. Around 1 a.m. somebody, I think it was Mike, goes, "Yo, let's check out the beach at night." There's something about the ocean after dark that's just different. Way more peaceful. No crowds, cooler air, just the sound of waves. We grab hoodies, phones, and this flashlight Connor found in a kitchen drawer. We walk down this side street to the boardwalk, then down the wooden steps to the sand. Like we expected, it's basically empty. Just a few street lamps and moonlight reflecting off the water. We're walking along the shoreline, letting the cold water hit our feet, talking about random stuff. After a while, we stop near one of those lifeguard stands and lay in the sand looking up at the stars. That's when Connor sits up suddenly. "Yo, is that someone walking over there?" We all look where he's pointing. At first, I don't see anything. Then yeah, there's definitely a figure walking along the waterline, maybe 40 yards away. Just looks like someone else out for a late walk, right? But as we watch, something feels off. The person's movements are weird. Not natural. Really stiff and slow, arms not swinging normally. Their head is tilted down like they're scanning the sand for something. We stop talking and just watch. Mike whispers, "What's this guy doing?" Connor jokes, "Probably some drunk tourist looking for their phone or something." We laugh it off and go back to messing around, but I keep glancing over. A few minutes pass and I notice the person has stopped walking. They're just standing there completely still. And they're closer now, maybe 25 yards away. That's when I start feeling uneasy. Mike goes, "This dude's been standing there for like 10 minutes. Who does that?" Then Connor says something that makes my blood run cold. He's not looking at the sand anymore. He's looking at us. I laugh nervously. "Nah, you're paranoid." "No, look closer." His head's turned toward us. Connor points the flashlight at the figure. The light flickers on for just a second before the battery dies, but that second is enough. What I see makes no sense. The person is pale white, almost gray, with no shirt on, soaking wet jeans, arms hanging completely limp, head tilted at this unnatural angle, and his eyes, wide open, almost bulging out. The second that light hits him, he moves. Not like a normal person starting to walk. He launches into a full sprint straight at us like he was shot out of a cannon. All 3 of us scream and bolt. We don't look back, just run as fast as we can across the sand. I can hear Mike behind me yelling, "Go, go, go." My lungs are burning, but I don't stop until we reach the steps to the boardwalk. Only then do we turn around. The beach is empty. No one there. No footprints in the sand behind us. We stand there gasping, trying to make sense of what just happened. We barely talk on the walk back to the house. When we get inside, we lock every door and window, close all the blinds, and stay awake until sunrise. None of us can sleep. I keep expecting to see that pale face at the window. Next morning we try to laugh it off. Probably just some crackhead trying to mess with people. But deep down, none of us believe that. The way he moved, appeared out of nowhere, left no tracks. It made no sense. We stay another night but don't leave the house after dark. We cut the trip short and drive home early Sunday morning. Over the next few weeks I try to forget about it. Then Connor texts me one night, Yo, I've been having these messed up dreams. Same dream every night. He wakes up and sees the guy standing in the corner of his bedroom, dripping wet, head tilted, just staring. Never moving, never talking. I tell him that's crazy, but I don't mention that I've been having the exact same dream. Everything identical. The posture, the staring, just standing there in my room. Sometimes I wake up thinking I hear wet footsteps in my hallway. But when I check, nothing. Last week, almost a year later, I'm scrolling through this Rehoboth Beach Facebook group. Someone posted a photo from the night before. It's dark and grainy, but I recognize it immediately. Anyone know who this creepy guy is? Saw him standing by the water at 2 a.m. I click the photo. It's blurry, but it's definitely him. Same pale skin, same weird posture, just staring down at the water. The comments chill me to the bone. Dozens of people saying they've seen him too. Some say he stands there for hours. One person claims they watched him walk into the ocean and never come back out. Another says they found wet footprints on their deck 3 blocks from the beach. No prints leading to or from them, just wet marks that appeared overnight. I don't know what we saw that night, but I know this. I'm never going back to that beach after dark. I grew up in Rhode Island, and every summer I'd spend 3 months in this classic New England coastal town. Picture perfect. White houses, lobster shacks, sailboats everywhere. I had this tight group of friends, and we'd cause trouble every single day after our summer jobs. I was 20 when this happened. Just got off my shift at this marina where I worked as a dock hand. Like every other night, I text the group chat asking what we're doing. My buddy Jackson, he's got a fake ID, picks me up from work so we can grab beer. We get the alcohol and head back to our little town. Decide to take my family's boat out to this popular anchoring spot where people hang out and party on the water. We drive around the peninsula to this cove where boats always cluster. There's already a couple boats anchored when we get there around 7 p.m. Nothing unusual, it's a popular spot. We find a spot between 2 boats, drop anchor, and start drinking. We're having a good time listening to music from the boat on our left when the one on our right starts heading out. Then the other boat cuts their music. We figure they're leaving too, so Jackson and I, pretty drunk at this point, start yelling, "Turn the music back on. Keep the party going." Just being drunk idiots. But nothing happens. We're sitting on the front of the boat when Jackson goes, "Dude, look." I turn toward the boat and see 3 people standing at the edge just staring at us. My first reaction is to laugh. I'm drunk and it seems funny. I turn back around, but Jackson keeps staring with this uncomfortable look. I tell him to chill out. They're probably just curious or something. But Jackson won't stop looking, and he's clearly freaked out. It's getting dark now. No lights except what's coming from their boat. You can't see faces, just silhouettes of these people. After a few minutes of trying to get Jackson to relax, I turn back around. They're still in the exact same position, staring at us. I think it's funny, so I grab our air horn from the console and give it a blast. "Show's over, guys." Jackson gets pissed. "Bro, something's not right about this." That's when I hear one of them laugh. It's a man's voice, but something's wrong with it. It's slow and raspy and sinister, like nails on a chalkboard. That's when I start feeling uncomfortable too. Jackson jumps up. "We need to get the hell out of here. This isn't right." I'm still trying to play it cool when we hear 2 loud splashes from their direction. We look over and see only one silhouette left on the boat. Jackson immediately starts pulling up the anchor while I'm still laughing, which was incredibly stupid looking back. He's yelling at me to start the engine while I'm trying to finish my beer. I was laughing so hard that I didn't notice the sound of 2 people swimming toward our boat. Jackson stops pulling the anchor and looks at me with panic in his eyes. That makes me stop laughing too. We can't see into the dark water. I call out, "Hello?" and get nothing back. Even the splashing stops. Right then, Jackson screams and I hear a massive splash behind me. I turn around and see someone trying to climb onto the back of our boat. At the same time, a hand grabs the railing near Jackson, who's holding the anchor up like a weapon. I freak out, turn the key and gun it forward, straight into a sandbar. I throw it in reverse and floor it backwards until we're out of the cove and into open water. I put it in neutral and Jackson and I just look at each other. He starts giving me hell about not listening to him and I totally agree. We decide to head back, but first we're picking up all the stuff that got thrown around during our escape. We're not even done when I see lights from a boat coming from the direction we just fled. And it's coming fast. "No way," I say, jumping back to the wheel and hitting full throttle. Our boat's old and not super fast. Even at full speed they're gaining on us. Jackson's losing it, yelling, "Who are these people? What do they want?" I tell him to calm down and focus on getting to the marina. After about 10 minutes I can see our dock, but the boat behind us is so close I can see their bow bouncing with the waves. I don't know what else to do. I make a hard left turn and get as close to shore as possible without running aground. Miraculously, the other boat peels off and heads in another direction. We both breathe a sigh of relief, but I still gun it back to the marina at full speed. After docking and making sure there's no damage to the boat, we meet up with our friends and tell them what happened. We come up with theories. Maybe they wanted to rob us, steal the boat, who knows. We didn't recognize their boat, so they probably weren't local. I don't like thinking about what would have happened if they'd caught us. I'm just glad we didn't find out. I'm thankful Jackson was there with his instincts. Without him being suspicious from the start, things definitely could have gone much worse.